Hello everyone, I'm Paul Micklewire Grimes. The horror anthology franchise VHS started back in 2012 after the found footage subgenre was piping hot. Now we're 6 installments in, with VHS 85 heading back to the 80s. It's now streaming on Shudder, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Each VHS entry is a collection of horror shorts that pose as found footage taken from home videos or professional recordings of some nature. Now, the overall vision allows directors, some that are well established and some amateur, to experiment with the genre. Now, the last few entries have focused on a year, with VHS 94 and VHS 99 coming before 85. And I find each VHS entry to be somewhat experimental, which is probably the point of what draws filmmakers and audiences to them. Now, VHS 85 doesn't offer a connective tissue from one film to the next, but Total Copy from director David Bruckner is kind of billed as a wraparound film, as its scenes are used to bookend the film and then act like transition material in between each of the shorts. Now, it's a return to the franchise for David Bruckner, who had an entry in the first VHS movie. The overall premise is that it follows a case study at a university lab whose subject is being watched and studied as they're being exposed to round-the-clock television. Now, that's about as non-spoilery as I can get, but it certainly goes in some David Cronenberg level weirdness. Director Mike P. Nelson tackles the two-parter No Wake Ambrosia, about a group of friends out for fun in the sun, camping and swimming, only for it to end in absolute terror. And it was really fun to see some Minnesota actors in that entry as well. Gigi Saul Guerrera's film God of Death follows a morning show news crew whose broadcast is interrupted when an earthquake hits, and as they run for cover, they find themselves in ancient underground burial grounds. Next up is Takanogat from Natasha Kermani, about a performance art theater piece aimed at the existence of God and the digital world of virtual reality. VR was quite different back in 1985 than it is now in the metaverse. Now, the last short comes from director Scott Derrickson, who you may know from films like The Black Phone and Doctor Strange. His entry, Dream Kill, follows a pair of cops who receive VHS tapes of grisly murders. Now, the catch, though, is that they receive these tapes days before the murders actually occur. Dream Kill is certainly the one with the largest budget and finds multiple ways to incorporate the found footage concept from different security cameras and the police station to just the home videos that the killer is making. Now, it's a short entry, but one that I think has the most potential to be expanded into a feature length. Not that that is the point, but you can kind of see a larger storyline there. Now, most of these films come with a twist that can't fully be resolved or explained, given that these are short films. You can kind of sense the filmmakers and the writers wanting these to be kind of bloody, WTF wild ride, but they still need to be fully realized. Now, if there's anything that connects all of them, it's just the copious amounts of blood and guts splattered across the screen. I give them props in the makeup and prosthetics department, so go in with a strong stomach. Now, I'd like to see the next VHS film feel more cohesive as a collection of short films. They could even ditch the year timeline, given that 85 doesn't really utilize 80s culture. The new film Totally Killer on Prime Video, I think, feels far more celebratory of the 1980s than VHS 85. I'm giving VHS 85 2 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel for some other movie reviews like The Exorcist Believer, Totally Killer, and Pet Sematary Bloodlines. I know you're going to love them. Paul's Trip to the Movies is also brought to you by Popped Corn. Now, like we're talking about, it is spooky season, so who doesn't love a good scary movie night indoors on the couch? Visit their website, place an online order. If you stop at the store, you can actually try some samples of over some of their 70 flavors. Whether you want something salty, sweet, spicy, chocolatey, they literally have something for everyone. So stop in the store today or order online. It's very slick and fast that way. I know you're going to love it. Follow them on social media at PopcornMN. Paul's Trip to the Movies is brought to you by Imagine Theaters. Maybe you want to go see a scary movie in the theaters. The Exorcist Believer is really great, so get tickets today. Follow them on social media at ImagineMN. Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour is coming up this Friday, so get tickets for that. And tickets are on sale for my movie series, Paul McGuire Grimes Presents. Coming up Sunday, October 22nd, is David Fincher's film Zodiac, that takes a look at the unsolved murders from the Zodiac Killer. And then in November, it's The Big Chill. And then in December 17th, it's Meet Me in St. Louis. We're going to close out the year with a Judy Garland classic. It's always fun to have people come see these. We do a discussion afterwards where we can talk about the movie, what we love, maybe something that we saw for the first time, seeing it on the big screen. Like I said, follow them on social media at ImagineMN. Tickets are now on sale. Thank you so much for watching my review of VHS 85. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.